welcome back to the channel, and today a quick review of this. This is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, a very large book that I have with me today, and this is the Wordsworth Classics edition. Now this was originally published in 1878, though of course because of the period it comes from it was originally a periodical. Russian periodicals at the time were very popular, as they were generally in Europe. This one was released in the decade kind of preceding War and Peace, and it was released over kind of a 2 to 3 year period after 1875. Now this particular edition is a little over 800 pages, though the font in here is absolutely microscopic, and it is a very large edition. I think this often is kind of released in volumes of around 850 to 900 pages. The word count per page in this edition is 500 plus words per page. I actually did a rough word count of it. It came in over 400,000 words. What does that mean? I mean, for me personally, I'm quite a slow reader. I took my time with this. I tend to take my time with translated classics. I read this slowly over a period of a month, but this could be read in a week by a fast reader, absolutely. But yeah, I really took my time. I didn't want this novel to end, and I think that really speaks to its quality. It's occasionally I get a novel come across, you know, and I just don't want it to end. I want it to keep reading. I want to put it down after every chapter. I want to let it breathe. I want to think about the characters. It's been a while since I had a novel that did that to me. This certainly did. Now, unlike War and Peace, this deals a little bit more of the micro rather than the macro, but it is quite unique in that it is one of those novels, and I think a famous YouTuber said it best, this novel contains the world and everything in it. And I think that just about sums up perfectly the vertical slice of Russian, kind of like post-Catherine Russian life that Tolstoy has captured here. It has a lot of depth. It has a lot of depth in religion, human relationships, class structures, agriculture, philosophy, just about everything you could want in a novel. All the big questions are posed in this novel here. And that's really important, I think, for a novel of this type. One thing I'd really like to speak about is Tolstoy's ability to deliver kinetic energy in his writing. There was one particular scene in here I'd like to pick out as an example, and that's the steeplechase. And I would like to say there's a very similar scene in War and Peace, and that would be the sleigh ride. But they're very similar in the form of energy, but these scenes, they crop up again and again. I remember in War and Peace, there was a window ledge scene, you know, there were scenes on battlefields. Tolstoy has an amazing ability to deliver sometimes what should be very calming or everyday events, and deliver a white knuckle experience that may or may not deliver anything kind of tragic or epic. It may just fizzle out, but the tension builds, the energy builds, the action of the characters builds to a point where it becomes extremely uncomfortable for the reader. It's a very unique delivery of prose, but Tolstoy has it, and he has it in spades. And despite these being different translations by different translators, it still comes across perfectly. You can tell it's Tolstoy. That speaks to the quality of the translation and the quality of the writing of the man, I believe, as well. What I will say is this may look by the cover like a romance novel. This is absolutely not a romance novel. The protagonists in this novel are, you know, the absolute antithesis of, say, the characters of a Pride and Prejudice. Don't get me wrong, I love Pride and Prejudice, top 100 novel, very sharp, witty, great dialogue. But the characters here, they are unbelievably real, they're brutally real. This is a incision into the human psyche that is so deep. It's disorientating, it's depressing, it is hard to stomach at times, but these characters are the most realistic I have read in any genre, in any period of writing. This is tough to take sometimes, just very honest, very brutally honest. I love honesty in novels and in writers, and I think you find it hard to find a more honest depiction of characters and human psyche, human problems and human drama than are in this novel. It might sound like hyperbole, but trust me, if you've read it, you know already. Ultimately, this is a novel that both lulls me at times and moves me emotionally, moves me physically. This novel, for me, it it doesn't have the lovable characters of War and Peace. These people are hard to like. It doesn't have the epic scale of War and Peace. It is more micro than macro, but it's a beautifully delivered novel. You know, I can't stress enough the reading experience of the highest order here. I'd actually give this novel a 4.7 out of 5.